Today's one of those days where I worked late. I'm glad I had the bike waiting for me. Look at that, not a cloud in the sky today. It's about almost 6 o'clock p.m. So not as late as I have worked, but still late. I wasn't sure, and I'm just kind of winging it today. Wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, but I think since it is apple season, this is my kind of my bread and butter is apple farmers and the machines we build for them. There's a little science behind behind an apple, and how you can go to a store in the middle of summer and buy an apple, buy a bag of apples, a couple different varieties, and they did not just come off a tree. In the United States, this is it. All the apples in the U.S. Okay, I'm 99% sure this is harvest time right now. Washington, there's a little different times as far as weeks go, but Washington and everybody just sit tight here, okay? And New York and Pennsylvania and Michigan, Canada, we are picking apples. Mexico, our customers in Mexico are harvesting their crops. So when you go to a store in the middle of summer, you're going to buy an apple that has been sitting in a storage facility since they picked it. So it's Thursday. Tomorrow I will be at another storage facility. What I'll do is I'll shoot a little video of this place. It's a brand new building. We just got up and running. A lot of our stuff's just been commissioned in the last couple of days, and I will show you a little bit as I'm talking about what it takes to store an apple. I'll try to keep the customer's name and whatever else. Change the names to protect the innocent. So essentially what you need to do when you pick an apple is you need to put that apple to sleep. For lack of whatever the proper scientific term is, you need to put an apple to sleep. So what you do is you get them cold. A lot of these storage facilities are running, I want to say, around 34 degrees. Now, some varieties are different. Some store better than others. You've got Honeycrisp, that when they first came out with Honeycrisp, it was my understanding they just couldn't figure out quite right away how to store them. Now they've got some pretty good data. Oh, and data, there are labs, literal labs. Cornell University, there's a lab in Canada, there's labs in Washington, there's labs, MSU has a horticulture lab, and they are literally just studying post-harvest and how to prolong and how to better the storage of apples. I mean, there's a lot to it. So, sorry, a little sidetrack there. Back to cold. So, some varieties you got to cool slowly. Some varieties it doesn't matter. You just want to throw them in there and get them cold quick. So, apples in a huge cold storage room. We've got buildings that range from 4 rooms to 30, 40 rooms. So once the apples are cold, now apples, like humans, breathe. They take in oxygen, they give off carbon dioxide. All right, so you put the apples in a cold room, get them cold. Close a door that is airtight. You want these rooms to be as airtight as possible. And then what you do is you start flushing these rooms with nitrogen. Now, I don't mean to bore everybody. I don't know if you already know this, great, but, or if you're interested, geez, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really talking motorcycle stuff, but anyway. Nitrogen, about 72%-ish of the air we breathe is nitrogen. 21%-ish is oxygen. And then the rest is some CO2 and little bits here and there. So we make a machine that generates nitrogen. We're taking the nitrogen out of the air, separating it, condensing it. So we're pumping 99.5% nitrogen into these rooms. So what we're doing is we're slowly lowering the oxygen content of the room. And again, different varieties require different levels of oxygen. So the room's coming down, and we also have systems that are actually taking little samples of air out of these rooms, and we're looking at the oxygen content and the carbon dioxide content. Well, as these rooms are coming down, the apples are breathing, and this is a lot of apples in a room, so they're giving off a lot of carbon dioxide. So we manufacture a machine that takes air out of the room, filters it, puts it back in the room, and gets rid of that carbon dioxide, so we can maintain oxygen levels and CO2 levels in these rooms. So depending on your variety, you're going to get the oxygen down to about, well, everybody's different. And it's actually funny because different farmers will do things differently even with the same variety of apple. But anyway, you can get down to about, say, 1% oxygen. And we'll just say 1% CO2. So these apples are just going to sit in these rooms and chill, literally chill. And they're just going to sit there. So, you know, our system is going to look at the air quality and it's going to adjust accordingly. It's going to run some nitrogen. It's going to take some air out and filter it, put it back in if the CO2 gets too high. And you can leave an apple like that in this kind of environment for months. I mean, I've had apples coming out of storage. We have a little lab in the back of our shop. We've had apples in there for 6 to 9 months that come out and are almost just like they came off a tree. Pretty crazy. And you know, so they, like I said, they go there. Now some apples will sit in there and they'll pull them out at certain times and pack them and send them out to stores. Some have just processed apples. They send them to like Mott's for applesauce or apple juice. We've got a big customer. There's a big facility in northern Michigan that does all of the sliced apples and all the McDonald's Happy Meals. So they run our equipment. So I mean, I would almost bet, no matter where you are in this country, if you went to a store and bought an apple in the middle of summer, our equipment had something to do with keeping it fresh. Now, how the apples actually look, that's up to whoever the pack house, whoever's sorting the apples. I mean, there's different grades, I guess. We had some hail recently, so you know, you might get some apples that have a little ding, for Michigan anyway. I mean, I'm not sure how New York's looking, but so that's kind of that's kind of your science lesson for the day, since it is apple season, and that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. We've got new equipment we're putting in, and some either old facilities we're updating or new facilities. I love new construction. Gosh, they're so much nicer. You definitely don't get as dirty as you would in an old facility. So there, science of storing an apple. So I just wanted to share. Hopefully you found it a little bit interesting and stuck around a little bit. Hey, a new Dollar General. Yeah, they pop up everywhere. So hope everybody's having a great day, and staying safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. I will leave you here, and I will catch up with you guys again on the next one. Thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it. I really do. I know I've gotten a couple new subscribers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are all appreciated. Anybody who will sit and click on a video of mine and watch it, I appreciate it. It's all right. Have a great one, and we will catch you on the next one. So long.